Whether you are aware or not, there are menial things that your body is constantly interacting with your surrounding. And that's what makes you really alive. That is the core principle of Ayurveda. Summer, fall, winter, and spring. Every season has so much to give to the body and to our physiology, and so much to take away from our body too. And this relation of give and take is essential for healthy way of being. Because Ayurveda just not believes in physical health, but it believes in mental, emotional, spiritual well-being as well. So a account is kept in our body in a very benign way to know what works for us and what doesn't. The great science of Ayurveda took note of all these accounts that humans have led for thousands of years and put together a model. That model is to know Vata, Pitta, and Kapha interaction in our bodies, and then how they are interacting with our environment. So this process of knowing us is to reflect the energetic, interaction between our bodies and the universe. So in a nutshell, knowing your body is to know what works best for you in your environment and how best you can adjust so that all the forces of the nature can work in alignment with you in order to give you the power and the enthusiasm and the flow. The life becomes very seamlessly flowing when there is this attachment or interaction between us and our environment is happening in a healthy way. So to do that, we need to know what is my dominant body type. It may be Vata, it may be Pitta, or it may be Kapha. But summer as a season has a specific influence on a Vata type. It's different from a Pitta type. And so is Kapha. So each one of them have a different response as the nature is producing this shift of bringing in more heat, more radiation, more light. When Vata people get exposed to the heat, they love it because they are cold, they are dry, they are encouraged to sweat more. When their bodies are not being exposed to sun, their bodies become drier and their sweat becomes more, more or less not present. So when the summer comes in, it is making the body of a Vata person to generate more of this secretions, their peripheral circulation. Like, Vatas tend to have cold hands and cold feet. That will clear up. They feel more alive in summer season. So if you're a person who are a Vata type and loves summer, now you can reason why. Because the interaction between your body and the environment is much more pleasant and it's flowing through. Whereas in winter, a Vata person has to protect and safeguard the heat inside because outside it's cold. Right? So heat is something Vatas would love to have in their bodies, and summer provides them. Secondly, summer also makes a body have their digestive system shift. So in summer, the digestive system actually slows down. Vatas who have always variable appetite, that means they tend to eat sporadically and snack on things. In summer, it kind of becomes more. So we need to be careful if you're a Vata type not to encourage that, because it is a variable appetite, and if you eat in a haphazard fashion, then your digestive system gets burdened. So you like the heat as a Vata, but you don't want to nurture the digestive shift that is happening by eating more irregularly. So your habits should be very regular when it comes to the summer season. Working out. Vatas will love to work out in summer, and they should be, because it's the time when the joints will become very flexible, their muscles are working seamlessly, because in summer everything tightens up for Vata types, and the nervous system, interestingly, will become eased with the heat. So we have the Vatas adjusting better to the summer. Now the Pittas, they are in trouble. Because Pittas, as you know, they're all heat, they are fire. So there is internal fire and there's external fire. They were loving the winter. Now comes the summer, which is going to have them get more heat, more agitation, more perspiration. With Pittas, they hate being smelly and sweaty. But this is the season for that. So whether the body wants it or not, the nature is bringing in. So now how do we shift this into a more healthy and positive impact rather than hating it, right? So Pittas should have regular sleep. Pittas should sleep in a little longer in summer season. That means if you have a habit of sleeping at like 10:30, then go a little early, maybe 9:30, go to sleep, and then wake up instead of 5:36, wake up a little later, 6:37, because sleeping will preserve the heat inside the body and not exacerbate it, right? So the Pittas tend to sleep a little more but work out less. Pittas should swim. Pittas should take care of their bodies by being in a body of water where it is cold or cool, and you swim, which makes this pleasant exercise possible for Pittas, right? Pittas need to swim in cold water, sleep in a little longer, and avoid spicy food. So this is the worst season for Pittas to eat spicy food, because they uncontrollably increase their metabolism and digestion. Their digestive juices will become acidic. Their gut will start having irritation. Also, the eyes and the skin will not love the spice. Alcohol should not be consumed by Pittas at this time of the year, because all of that increases a lot of heat, unleashes Pitta, which is already excess in them. Right? So no alcohol. So what should Pittas drink? They should resort to some cold drinks. It is okay to make some watermelon juice or lemonade and things like that, which are more cooling, rather than drinking something that is more hotter, like coffee or alcohol. Coming to Kaphas. Kaphas are good with any season. That's their advantage. They don't mind the cold, they don't mind the heat, but still they would love to be in the heat. If you see a Kapha person on the beach, they will be just lying down on the beach sunbathing. That's their inner longing to expose their fluids, because Pittas are all earth and water. They tend to like their fluids to be warmed up. So they go on the beach, they lie down, and then expose their bodies to the sun so that they can internally warm up. Because they're cold, like Pittas, the heat is on the surface. For Vatas, the cold is inside their bones and skin. But for Pittas, it's in the fluid. For Kaphas, it's in the fluids. So the fluids have to be warmed up. So they love it. It's like a slow heating process that goes on in their bodies when they lie down on the sun. But in the summer, Kaphas have to move. If they don't move, all that they accumulated in the winter will start stagnating, and they have a tendency to swell or get more of fluid retention. So yes, you need to go to the beach, lie down, take a sun bath, but also hike at the same time if you're a kapha. Right? The kaphas have a lot more stringent or strong physical exercise when it comes to summer season. So bicycling or even rowing, things like that will be very good for kapha. They can do long hikes because kaphas have a lot of endurance, and it's important that they start that process of using their endurance and making their bodies move. So you can see here how each body type is working with their environment, their surrounding, the climate change, how it is slowly adjusting, and how mindfully you can start doing it with the knowledge of Ayurveda, so that you can remain healthy and achieve a long life.